Welcome, Álvaro.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I'm back. This is what we call in Spanish the hour, la hora de los valientes, the hour of the braves, because we already ate, everybody's tired, so thank you very much for being there and bear with me in English. I can promise you three things. I'm not going to speak about artificial intelligence. That's the first thing. The second one is, well, you are not going to laugh. You already laugh, but you are not going to laugh. This one is not funny, not like my first intervention. And you know, we are going to treat MDM, and my third promise is that probably these are going to be the ugliest slides that you are going to see in the whole meeting, right? You are not going to see people cheering and looking at the screens and looking into the future. These are the slides that I'm using, not all of them, but when some of them when I speak with my customers. So basically, I want you to leave this room with three ideas about MDM. The first one is that MDM is not what it was supposed to be, you know. Everybody thinks about MDM to be heavy, long, difficult, not business results. I see people saying yes, so don't say yes, otherwise they are going to fire me. And the second idea is that Informatica has a platform that does MDM end-to-end right now. Probably you in the past needed to integrate the data with something, data quality with other thing, match and merge with the third thing. So right now we are going to see that we bring all together in the same platform, in the SaaS platform. And the third one I will tell you later. I don't know if you need to be reminded what master data management is basically create a master data of some of your business entities. I need to understand what my customer is and the main attributes. I need to understand what those attributes means for me and my business, that you know they can communicate among different systems and how I'm going to be able to take better decisions. That's what MDM is. So this is our platform, right? And the third thing that I wanted you to remember, it's how this platform orders in terms of the more techie things to the more business things. Obviously, data integration, application integration kind of sits down there. I've been doing that for a long time in my career. I don't want to take the value of doing that, but it's more oriented to the technical part of the platform, right? The second level could be data quality and data cataloging, because they tend to, as we discussed with Pavel this morning, to be around the technical side of data. And the last level, the closest to business that we are going, it's MDM, governance, and data marketplace. And of course, I like to think that I'm in the top of it because I like to discuss business value with my customers, with my partners. And that's the third thing that I want you to remember. MDM is not what it's supposed to be. We have a comprehensive platform to do it, and we like to speak business value with our customers when we are speaking MDM, right? You are going to see technical slides. I'm a computer engineer, so you are going to see technical slides, ugly ones, but most of the times there is where we can find most of the value, and we are going to see some examples. This is one of the slides that I was promising to be ugly. Why we need MDM, or as we were discussing this morning, the data ecosystem is starting to be the Wild West, one expression that I was discussing with Kasia before. Because you know, when we want to support the operation of our departments, it seems that the business entities are scattered all around. We have customer information in the billing system and in the CRM. We have, by the way, we have this morning a meeting, a brief or an introduction on CDP. This is not a CDP. MDM is a different thing, right? Because we don't only focus on marketing, we focus in business processes. It can be manufacturing, it can be billing, it can be whatever. So when you want to support the processes that give value to your departments, you need to have a clear picture of what your business entities are, right? Customer, supplier, location, product, asset, all those type of things. So most of the times we want to look for the information, we start looking around different systems, different databases, different processes, and we end up not having a clear picture of what those attributes are and how to communicate those attributes between the different systems. By the way, no, I think it's something that I'm going to cover later. So, multi-domain, several business entities. What does that mean? Most of the time we think about MDM on customer 360. We have seen it in several slides also. I'm seeing, right now I will say that 50% of my projects in Europe are customer, the other 50% are not customer oriented, are supplier oriented, are asset oriented. So you can master different things, different business entities. And for example, reference data, very important for the financial services industry. You need to have a set of different references that can help you communicate and create your P&L or whatever it is. So don't think on MDM always as customer 360, even though it's one of, I say it's half of the projects that I'm seeing. Most of the times you want to add value in other business entities. And this is probably the most important slide that I have. MDM sits in the middle of all these processes, and most of the time we have thought MDM for feeding data warehouses, data lakes, all the data something that we have in the company. What we are seeing right now is that where we are getting more value from MDM in our customers' companies is on those processes that are complex and that are operational. So mostly nobody thinks about MDM in the operational, but that's not the reality. This is a report that says that most of the times people deploy MDM for operational purposes, increase the business process outcomes, create efficiencies, improve agility. And look, this is our old friend analytics here. So when you think about MDM, don't reduce it to, hey, I need to have my customer, I have to have the attributes, dimensions, whatever it is, but think about it as an enabler of interoperability among your systems, right? You will have this picture in mind. It sits in the middle of my systems. Of course, this is complex. I'm not going to lie to you. If you want to communicate MDM with your ERP, with your CRM, with your customer portal, whatever it is, this project, it's going to be difficult. But you are going to get much more value of MDM if you think not only in reporting, but also in those other processes that you want to support. So we have been doing this with a lot of customers in a lot of industries. You as myself, I don't like to see US companies, but there's some US companies here, but also European companies. So any company in any sector with any business problem could benefit from MDM. Is the MDM the magical tool that solves everything? No. But it can solve some business problems. For example, if you think about Unilever, they were having basically two main problems. One is business-to-business communication, and the other one was supply chain. So they decided to unify the B2B customers because they were having problems understanding how much they buy or sell something to big, complex, big, difficult conglomerates of companies. And the other one is supply chain, which is something that is related with something that I'm going to tell you later. Supplier in this type of companies, normally it's a nightmare. You will have your different I wanted to say 300 different systems. Maybe it's not 300, but 7, 8 systems where you are tracking information of your suppliers from a financial point of view, from a billing point of view, from a delivery point of view. So think about it as also as a possible domain that could add value to your companies. GE Aerospace, and I want to bring this use case because it's something that we are seeing more and more, which is mastering physical assets. It's something that we are seeing in oil and gas, utilities, telco companies. They have a lot of physical things. Sorry for being so technical, speaking about things, but you know what I mean. Transponders, things like that tend to measure water, to measure calls, to be able to operate the business itself, that are scattered around 300 different systems, and they are sending people to manage those things to the wrong locations or with the wrong set of specifications of, okay, this model, it's, I don't know what it is, Kruger maths, whatever, so we are sending with a wrong piece, and that's money. Each time that you send someone to fix something 300 kilometers away from your home or from your headquarters, that's money. So if you are running a project that can bring together all your physical or all your attributes about these physical entities, you will save money. And that's how you need to think about MDM. It's not conforming dimensions, it's not building a data warehouse, it's thinking about business first, what this is going to help me. And in this case, look, this is a very strange case because as everybody that is building things like Informatica want to move from you pay me once to you pay me always, you know, subscription things. So they need to move from CapEx to OpEx. And for that, they needed to have the whole information about hours that they are using the engines and about the maintenance and about all these type of things. Because without that, they don't know how to charge and how to improve that OpEx model. So it's part of a bigger business process that you need to think about. And this one, I'm not able to share the name of the company, but it's Green Financial Services in the UK. This is the reference data that I was telling you about. This is something that some of the times people say, okay, but you need to put the data in the cloud. Yeah, we do. We put the data in the cloud, period. At this moment, we have our NDM is putting data in the cloud. So now I have problems with data sovereignty, things like that. Okay, in this case, this is reference data. It's data that is not hurting anyone. It's data about currency, about country codes, about this type of things that, anyway, they are public. But they are public, but it doesn't seem that they are unified. You have it in 3, 4, 6 different systems in your company. So this is one way of using MDM, using the whole platform without being able to, you know, personal information and things like that. It's a good starting point, and I think that is a reference that for the financial sector it works very well. You know, I don't want to put my customers in the cloud. Don't do it. Let's talk about your suppliers, which normally it's also not so public information, or about reference data. And I want to bring 2 use cases. ESG. Do you know ESG? I think so, right? The big new trend. So we have a whole deck about ESG. For me, ESG in terms of data, especially in terms of MDM, it's related to supplier. You know, scope 3 on ESG, the emissions that your value chain produces, you need to integrate those of your suppliers. So we are seeing this more and more. And some people say, no, but I don't have an ESG initiative. But you can always unify your suppliers and add our extension as, you know, because we have this carbon level emission of each supplier, we have an accelerator on supplier model. So it's a stepping stone in the right direction. So you will benefit for 2 things. One, to unify your suppliers, and then to have this carbon emission thing already in your MDM model. Obviously, if you are interested in this, with Pavel you can discuss. We have tens of slides like this one to help you about ESG, right? But I wanted only to speak about the one in the context of MDM, which is basically supplier 360, right? To be able to unify your suppliers. And the other one is MDM for ERP modernization, which is something that we are seeing a lot. And this is also, these are going to be ugly slides. We have 3 different ERPs, maybe SAP, whatever it is they are, and we have a new ERP. So what we are seeing is that most companies start these processes, you know, being brave, as I said before. You say, I'm going to do it, you know, I'm going to do the data quality, the data deduplication, the material deduplication, I'm going to do it, you know, brute force. So what we are proposing to the master, it's to the market is, why don't you use an MDM in the middle? Because in that way, you will be achieving 2 things. The first one is, obviously, you will have a powerful tool to deduplicate and to unify your business entities. In this case, it can be material, it can be customer, whatever it is. So you are able to communicate it and to switch off those ones. And of course, no one is going to think about MDM in an SAP modernization program at the beginning. But in the end, after 3, 4, 6 months, they're going to see that data quality, data deduplication is very important in this context. The project is going to run late, it's going to be huge problems, and especially you don't want this thing to start wrong, because you spend a lot of money on that thing, and you are going to start in a bad way with it. So if you are thinking about ERP modernization, give it a thought, because obviously you can do it more progressively, but the most important thing for me is that if you are moving to many to one, let's say that you can do this with a lot of hours of people implementing things, that's correct. But if you are moving to many, which is something that we are seeing more and more in the market, I don't want to have everything inside my 3 ERPs. I want to, move around and have Workday, ServiceNow, Salesforce, whatever it is. During the project, you will be creating those master, and then you will use it already built. It will help you to have this new thing clean, but also to have the rest of the ecosystem already aligned with your business purpose, right? So I have been speaking mostly about all these values and all these things. So what is different? Why we are doing this differently in Informatica? What's inside of it? Because how many of you have been presented MDM SaaS or MDM SaaS? Have you seen it already? Some of you? None? Pavel, come on. So, okay, I'm going to spend 4 minutes on it. As you can see, I can speak a lot. So if you want me to present it to you in a proper way, I will spend 60, not 6 minutes on it. But anyway, when we are speaking about MDM, we are not speaking about this thing anymore, because that is the part of the duplication, match and merge, attributes survivorship, data stewardship. What we are speaking about is all those things, because when you subscribe to the MDM SaaS, we are only going to speak with you about business value, which means records. How many customer records do you have? I have 7 million customer records. Good. With that number, you are going to get the MDM, but you are going to get the data quality to clean it, the application integration to bring APIs and to use APIs, and also the data integration. So when we are speaking about MDM, we are not speaking about, hey, you need to purchase whatever it is, you need to put a database under it, you need to purchase whatever ETL would you prefer, hopefully Power Center. No, that's not the situation. The new thing is that we have understood that this needs to be addressed as a whole solution, and that's what we are doing. So with all that, you are going to be able to discover the data, so data profiling, business rules about your data, all the data quality that we weren't doing before this morning. You are going to be able to model your business entity, customer, supplier, asset, whatever it is. You are going to be able to bring the data in, to clean it, to enrich it, because you are going to have APIs direct to your model. So you are going to be able to connect to, I don't know, a third party that is providing risk information. Okay, you connect to it and you bring it directly to your model, right? You are going to be able to obviously match and merge. You are going to be able to relate the information, not only one business entity, but several of it. What relation has this customer with this product with that supplier with that location? You are going to be able to see it in your platform, and you are going to be able, and for me is the most important thing, to deliver it. MDM is not an endpoint, is not the destination. If you have a very clean golden record, master record, you name it, you are only in the middle of the road. You need to activate it in your systems, in your analytics, whatever it is. And these are going to be very ugly, but these are important, because most of the people think of mastering about this thing, which is, as I said, the data stewardship, the more business-oriented part, and now I'm going to go technical, but obviously we need to connect to the source systems, and we need to bring the data, we need to clean the data, which is there, and we need to have the data stewardship, and also, as I said, we need to deliver that data to the end system. So when we are speaking about the Informatica MDM SaaS, we are speaking about all of that. We are not speaking anymore about, pieces. You will have this conversation with me, with Pavel, with Kasia about records, but we will be speaking about integration, quality, application integration, data stewardship. All of that under the same user interface, which is very good for your projects, because if you already have some IPUs on IDMC, you will be using the same interface for doing the integration, all the data quality. So it's exactly the same. And if you have IPUs, you need to know that for MDM, it will not count IPUs. If you're not you don't know what I'm talking about, forget about it. But those who already has IDMC tend to ask me, so if I'm using CDI integration for bringing data to the MDM, no, it will be smart enough to understand if you are bringing data to the MDM, it's not going to count IPUs. It's for free. It's included in the record price. So same interface, same way of interacting with the data, so your teams already know how to integrate the data. Everything is included. You will receive 3 environments, so production, pre-production, and development. You will have the cloud, and this is the next slide. You will have already everything that you need, because if you have an NDM and it's for a near real-time operational project, I don't know, identity deduplication, whatever it is, you need it to be running 24/7. Before you need to build your own architecture, build your own data redundancy, everything. Right now in the cloud, that's everything provided. We only need to discuss with you about records, which is business value. How many customers, how you are going to get more business from these customers, what can we help you to do with new suppliers, with new assets, with all these type of things. So our platform, it's comprehensive, as I was saying before. It's a business conversation. Okay, we get down to the technical because we are among technical people, but the good thing is that we are able to have the conversation about the business value of MDM. And that's the 2 other things. What was the other one that I wanted you to remember? Business value. MDM is not what it was supposed to be. Why? Because most of the time on MDM, you will be losing setting up this environment at the very beginning. Right now, that's set up for you in our cloud. So you don't need to worry about how to weave all these things together, because it's already done. And if you have MDM on premises, hours or competence or whatever it is, you understand how that is a business value, it's a money value, it's something that you can profit from. And well, that's it. Remember 3 things. MDM is not what it's supposed to be. We can speak about business with MDM, and Informatica right now has bring all the things that you need together for doing MDM into one single platform, which is yours IDMC already. So that's all I have to say.